Hey you guys, what's up? It's me, C, back with another video. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's video. So today I want to talk about a little bit of romance. Like, let's talk about it. Love is in the air. It's always in the air for me, baby. I definitely want to tell you guys, check out my Patreon. If you guys like my content, we go a lot deeper over there. I just did a live the other day. It was fantastic. So if you guys want to see more of me and get more intimate with me on a one-on-one basis over on the Patreon, be sure to sign up down below. It's lit over there. We're already almost 100 deep. So yeah, sign up. So today I want to talk about the science of relationships, the science behind relationships, how things are naturally attracted to each other, why we like the things that we like, why we like the people that we like. These are innate, natural laws. Do you remember your first crush in school? I remember my very first crush was in the first grade, and I had the biggest crush on this guy named Zach. And I was in love with him. I was only like 5 years old, 6 years old, and I just remember the feeling that this little boy gave me. My heart used to flutter and I was mesmerized. I was literally with the heart eyes is what I felt. We are aware of what we are attracted to from a very, very young age, which means that it's something that is natural. It's something that is embedded in us. As you guys may know, I do a lot of chart readings. I do a lot of goddess coaching sessions. I do priestess mentorship. If you're interested, I'll put the link down below for my divine feminine mentorship. I take on about 4 new clients a month. But basically, through my findings and all of these sessions I've been having with people, I've really been coming across the same kind of like issues that people are having in relationships. And I noticed a lot of it does have to deal with the natal chart. A lot of it does have to deal with your Venus placement and, you know, how you go after things, how aggressive you are, if you're doing too much, if you're putting out too much energy, which would be Mars, or if you're not doing enough, right? You're too passive in relationships, which would be Venus. Okay, so we're going to break down exactly what these nature laws are. We're going to be breaking down the real meaning behind Venus and Mars in relationships and how you really need to understand this energy if you really want to attract the people, situations, and friends into your life that you've been dying to have. Very, very important for you to understand how attraction laws work so you can stop overcompensating, stop overworking yourself to get love, to get friendships, to even attract money, okay? Attraction laws applies to every facet of life. It's not just love. It's for you to attract anything in your life that you want or that you desire. 2 very important things that you want to understand when speaking of nature laws and attraction laws is Venus and Mars, okay? Venus and Mars is the yin yang of dating and of relationship. So when speaking to Venus, right? Venus is our attraction, our magneticism, and it's what makes us attractive to another person. When you're attractive, right? You're just sitting there being you, and people come toward you. They want to know more about you. They're interested in you, right? Just think about a bee to honey, okay? When you're in your Venusian energy, you're the honey, okay? You're slow. You're sweet, you're tantalizing, you take your time, baby, you don't rush, you do that thing slow. You know, you're not in a rush to get nowhere. Everything comes to you, and not only does it come to you, when it gets there, it's stuck like glue, okay? That's why I'm using the analogy of honey in me explaining this, because that's exactly what Venus is. She's slow, she's not in a rush, she's attractive, she's sensual. And that's how she brings all the boys to the yard. Mars, on the other hand, is our aggression, our passion, our willpower. It's basically our raw masculine energy. And where does this energy show itself the most? In our relationships, right? Your Mars in a nutshell is what gets your fire going. What gets your fire burning? And you need to be attracted to their personality. There needs to be something about them that you know, find appealing and makes you want to come toward them, right? Attraction is about coming toward someone, right? Someone pulling you in with their energy. Venus and Mars are the very first nature laws, you guys. So these are natural things that are already taking place. You don't have to think that hard about who you're attracted to, do you? It's usually something that just registers on a subconscious level. You see somebody and you get stopped in your tracks, your heart is beating, and you don't know what to do. You get nervous, your palms start sweating, right? Your heart starts fluttering. These are all natural responses to seeing or being in the presence of someone that you are attracted to. They activate you, right? When the attraction is real, when the chemistry is there, you don't have to work too hard to get what it is that you want. That natural chemistry, baby, is just there, and it's gonna work its magic to bring you two together like a magnet. Because that's how relationships are supposed to work. They're not supposed to be hard. You're not supposed to be making yourself like somebody. You're not supposed to be coercing yourself into liking somebody. Either the attraction is there or it's not. And I personally think the attraction is there from the very beginning if it's real attraction. One very, very important thing to understand about Venus and Mars is that Venus and Mars is what keeps a relationship going. It is the back and forth between the poles. Basically, in a nutshell, you're sharing your power with someone else, but you have to keep the spark alive. Mars, that passion that you have to see someone. I want to see you right now. I don't want to wait. I'll cross the 7 seas to be in your world. That's Mars, okay? When you really want someone, nothing is going to stop you from having that person. Mars is all about competition and competing for the love that you want, right? So obviously, if somebody really, really wants you, nothing is going to stop them from being in your life. They're going to break down doors. They're going to do what they have to do to have you if they really want you and if you work in that Venus magic, okay? A lot of the times with Venus and Mars, what goes wrong is the rhythm is all thrown off in relationships. What do I mean by the natural rhythm of relationships? This is what Venus and Mars is all about. Venus is when you take a step back. Mars is when you take a step forward, okay? It's just the natural rhythm of relationships. People may not know this, but relationships have a lot to deal with timing as well. Knowing when to come forward, Mars, and knowing when to take a step back, Venus. And a lot of people mess this 2-step dance up. And the thing is that we're constantly dancing with people all the time with our energy, but sometimes you're not that good at dancing and you're stepping over other people's toes, you're stepping on people's feet, you're coming forward, you're bumping heads with your dance partner, right? You're backing up when they want you to come closer, you're all up in their face when they need some space. Baby, your timing is off in relationships. Let's not forget that Saturn is exalted in Libra. Saturn is the ruler of time. In order to have a balanced relationship, you have to know the right timing of doing things. Usually in the natal chart, when someone has a very flowing aspect between Venus and Mars, like a sextile or a trine, they're really good at doing relationships. They're really good at understanding the timing of relationships, right? They know when to turn on the fire. They know when to apply pressure. And they know when to fall back and let a little bit of mystery enter their partner's mind. Venus, the passivity is about mystery, feminine energy, not letting the person that you're dating know too much about what you got going on. Keep them guessing a little bit. Let them come towards you. Let them blow up your phone a little bit. You have to have that rightful step back and that rightful passive nature to kind of keep them guessing, right? You don't want to be all up in their face, all up in their grill all the time, because you could be doing a little bit too much. Because Venus is about attracting, letting energy in, creating space consciousness, right? I told you guys nothing can manifest without the space. You have to learn to chill out a little bit. Yes, we understand that you want this thing, you want it very bad, but you have to create the space for it to manifest. And that's what I always tell people, right? Creation is also about creating the womb space that your manifestation is actually going to manifest within. So make sure you're not pushing too hard and not overcompensating. Mars can have a lot to deal with overcompensation, right? It's like you're paying somebody before they even have a time to give you a service. You don't need to do that. Wait it out. Wait for the person to actually offer you something for you to compensate them for. Relationships are all about balance, give and take. You give me something, I give you something. Okay, if it's not an equal energy exchange, then you probably need to take a step back, reevaluate, and become more passive while you figure things out. There's a time to do both of these energies in a relationship. You don't want to be all Venus and you don't want to be all Mars. But sometimes there's things that happen in the relationship that call for you to be more active. Call for you to step up to the plate more, be more upfront, be more impassioned, right? Because there's also an issue with having too much Venus or too much feminine energy where you just become very, very passive. And what happens when you become very, very passive? You let a lot of opportunities pass you by, right? Sometimes you do have to step to the plate and do something a little bit drastic to get that person's attention. But of course, if you're too passive, you're gonna miss out on an amazing opportunity. So being too passive can definitely get you in a lot of issues and problems as well, because you're not taking advantage of the opportunities that are coming your way. And that's what Mars is for. The most attractive people on the planet are people that have mastered their Venus and Mars energy. They're so attractive because they're confident and they have magneticism. That is the ultimate in what makes a person attractive. And a lot of people don't know this because they don't know the science behind attraction, right? People like when you show off, but they don't like when you do too much. If you're having a problem with these two energies, either you're too passive or you're too eager and you're too active, then you need to do a switcheroo. If you have too much Mars energy, you're a little bit too assertive, you don't allow other people to come in and do for you. Remember I told you guys about Empress energy is about slowing down your energy, taking your time, being very feminine, because when you are being very feminine, which being feminine is just being relaxed, you know, just to put it in layman's term, being feminine is being relaxed within yourself, okay? So the more that you do that, the more other people are going to come forth to fill up that space that's there. Mars is a space filler. So Mars wants to come in and fill up whatever space that you're creating. So you have to create that space if you want to attract. However, once you do attract someone, you're probably going to have to activate your Mars and get active with that person. And you may have to crank up the fire and crank up the spice to hold on to their attention. So when speaking to these laws, allowing space and then applying pressure, and then allowing space and applying more pressure. So it's very, very important, and it is a very, very sacred dance of knowing how to do Venus and Mars. But when they come together and they start dancing with each other, it's just a natural back and forth flow that is beautiful. It's like a dance, and it can go on forever. It can go on as long as you want it to, right? But just understanding, tapping into your intuition and understanding the energy dynamics between you and another person. When they're giving you some energy, you know, and it's feeling good, but then they start tapering off their energy, then you come up and you pick up the slack, right? You turn your energy up while theirs goes down a little bit. And then naturally theirs should start coming up more, and maybe yours goes down a little bit. That's you being more on the passive end and them being more active. And then sometimes you come up and you're the more active and they're the more passive, and then sometimes you guys are hanging out at the same level. And this is when the real synastry, the real connection happens, when you guys are just like balancing each other out. That's a beautiful relationship, right? So what I'm trying to say is stop wasting all your time on relationships that don't have that balanced back and forth interaction, that back and forth ping pong. I'm hitting the ball on your corner, you hit it back to me, I'm hitting it back to you, you're hitting it back to me. If it doesn't have that natural rhythm, honey, leave it alone. If you're hitting the ping pong ball and it's flying off the table and there's nobody else on the other side hitting it back to you, or you hit it to your partner and they just look at it and they just look at it go glide right off the table, honey, and they're not even running to go pick the ball up, honey, that's not the relationship for you, right? Leave that in the dust. You want to be in the relationships that gives you that back and forth dance, that has that spark, that has that attraction, that has a little bit of that mystery and that intrigue that just keeps you coming back for more, but it's not too much for you. It's not too much and it's not too little, right? It's that happy medium. So yeah, I just wanted to come and kind of talk about that because I've been dealing a lot with these energies with my clients lately, and I've just been trying to get them to understand how these nature laws work. Fall back. If you feel like you're always the one that's taking action, doing things, you're always the one trying to please your partner, you're always the one that's trying to get people's attention, you should probably revert and reverse and try the opposite. Try being more passive. Try being more magnetic. Try staying more in your energy. If you're too passive, you need to step it up, okay? You need to add some spice to your life. You need to take some more risks, okay? You need to go out on the limb, let this person know you're interested, let this person know that you like them. Start up a conversation, initiate some things between you and another person. Usually if you have your Mars in like a passive sign, usually you do have to do a little bit more of the initiating because you could be so passive that people read the wrong signal for you, because a lot of the times being too passive can signify to other people that you're not interested. Okay, so you have to be more active, more curious. When we talk about swords and wands energy, that's you kind of initiating, you getting information out of people, you asking questions, you suggesting things, and just being very, very active to let a person know that you're interested in them. Okay, so that was just a few of my tips. I'm not here for long. I just want to come on and say that to you guys. Go ahead and leave your comments down below. Don't forget to visit my website, www.queensandthrones.com. Check out my new services that I got going on there. Don't forget to sign up for my Patreon. Don't forget to check out my website and follow me on all my social medias. The links will be down below. All right, y'all, take care. Peace.